In the last class, we had gone through 3 verses of Bhajagovindam. The first one was the chorus, wherein Adi Shankara is telling us all to invoke the Lord. Why? Because time is short for us. We do not know how many years. The moment we were all born, death is also accompanying us through and through. It's just that the time of death has not yet come in front of us. Therefore, he says, do not waste your time, invoke the Lord. Ultimately, it is only the Lord who can help us here and hereafter. In the second and the third verses, he talked about how we should keep the right, correct relationship with wealth and with beings. Women is what is the topic that he had taken up. So we've already seen it's man for woman and woman for man. Nowhere in our scriptures have the rishis told us that we should give up everything, drop everything and run away somewhere for spirituality. All that we have been told is to keep the right relationship with things and with beings. How to do that? Discrimination, vivek. We have to use our discrimination, check up whether whatever is there in front of us is really there, means it is real. Real means it should be there 24/7, 365 days with us, through and through, from birth to death. Then only it's really worth running after. So he says, check up whether it is real. Even if something is real, will it stay with us permanently, at least as long as we are alive? That he says to check up. And then afterwards, he says, even if a vastu, a thing or a being is real, will always be there with us. Will it give to us the same amount of happiness? Will it give to us happiness? Will it give to us peace of mind? Because after all, that's what we are searching for in the world outside and in our within, every moment of our lives. What is it that we all want? We all want happiness. So therefore, he told us. Then after having dealt with these topics, now in the 4th, 5th and 6th shlokas, verses over here, Shankara is dealing with our own life. Things may be there around us and about us. We may say it will be there with me for 50 years, 60 years, or at least it will be there with me as long as I am alive. Then he turns it to our own selves. He says things may be there. The world will be there. But then what about our own lives? Is it eternal? Is it permanent? How long is the duration of life which we all have brought with us, our lifespan? That is what he is talking about in the next few shlokas. So the 4th verse, Nalini dalagata jalamati taralam tadvad jivita matishaya chapalam vidhi vyadhyabhi managrastam lokam shokahatam cha samastam Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. So over here he is taking up a very beautiful example from nature. So how is our life? It's not the consciousness in us or the Atman in us, the Shuddha Chaitanya in us that Shankara is addressing. He is addressing all of us who have a name, who have a form, who got some characteristics, who are doing whatever we are doing. All of us who have this date of birth. And we say, my life started from this particular day. Why I was born on this particular day, this particular time, in this particular place. And after that we've seen. So after birth there is growth, there is increase. And then slowly we have come up to where we are now. That life is what Shankara is talking about over here. So our life, our jivana, not the jiva that is there in us. So how is our jivana? Is it going to be permanent? He gives a very beautiful example. Nalini means lotus. Nalini dala means the petal of a lotus flower. So therefore over here he says, Nalini dalagata jalam ati taralam. Supposing a drop of water by chance has come onto the petal of a lotus flower. The lotus flower exists in water. So when when the wind blows, the waves are, the water is dancing around, ripples are there, small little waves are there. Now and then the water can come and it can go over the lotus flower or over the lotus leaf. So we find water particles sticking to either the lotus leaf or the lotus flower. A small little drop of water, let us take. So that little drop of water, from where did it come? It came from its source, the tank water or the river water, whatever it is. From a bigger source of water, this small little drop of water has got isolated, and then it has come and it's sitting on the petal of the lotus. So it's got an identity now. It's got a form. It's a drop over there. So it's got a form. We are calling it by a name, a drop of water. If the sun's rays fall on it, we can even see colors over there. The Vibgyor colors we can see over there. It's shining in the sunlight. It's sitting on the petal of the lotus flower. It's got solid existence over there. How long will it continue to exist? The moment the breeze comes and the flower moves or shakes, the drop of water that is sitting on the lotus petal will immediately fall down. Once it falls down into its source of water, its identity disappears. Where is that drop of water which we had seen sitting on the petal of the lotus flower just a few seconds ago? It's not there at all. It was existing, it was very real to us, we saw it, but suddenly what has happened? It has disappeared. Once it has disappeared and gone back to its source, afterwards we can't retrieve it at all. It's gone. How long does that drop of water exist or survive on the petal of the lotus flower? We can't compute over that. It may be there for a few seconds, maybe it will be there for a minute, we really do not know. The time duration for which the drop of water is going to stay on the petal of the lotus flower is never known. We may say it will continue to stay for another 2 minutes, but immediately it may fall down. So there, similarly he says over here, Nalini dalagata jalam ati taralam. Ati means extremely. Taralam means it's shaking. It's not at all permanent over there. It's very, very uncertain. Its existence is extremely uncertain. By the time we see it and then we just look back, look the other side and again look back, gone it is. So its existence is extremely uncertain, it's extremely short. Over there we can never ever say how long that water drop will be there on the lotus flower. Similarly, petal of the lotus flower. Similarly, Tadvat Jivitam Atishaya Chapalam. Similarly, the teacher says over here. So he is comparing. Just like the drop of water on the petal will just disappear. Very uncertain it is. When it's going to drop down and disappear, we do not know. Similarly, he says all our lives are extremely uncertain. Atishaya. There it was Ati Taralam. Here he says Atishaya Chapalam. Again, Chapalam means it's not permanent at all. Very, very unstable is our lives. Who can say who will survive for how many years? A very sick person, maybe the doctor has written off 2 months, 3 months. We have seen such a person can survive for years. Whereas a very, very healthy person suddenly can just give up their life. So therefore nothing is sure. Everything is very, very uncertain, unsure, unstable, what our own lives. And the comparison over here is just like the drop of water sitting on the petal of the lotus flower. Similarly, we all have come into this world. He says, our lives are very, very uncertain. Now it is there, next moment we do not know what is going to happen. So he is analyzing for us our own jivana. And he says, Vidhi means know, understand. He says, what should we understand and what should we know? Vidhi vyadhyabhimana grastam. And when we are living our lives, it's full of what? It's full of vyadhi, diseases. Every now and then, diseases come, cold comes, fever comes, viral infection happens, that happens, this happens. When is our body really healthy? So an infinite number of diseases are there. And they keep visiting us one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. So Vyadhi, Abhimana means ego. Ego is also a disease for us. Not at the body level, but at the mind, intellect level. Ego. So therefore he says, it's full of this life that we are all leading. Has it got goodness as its inherent nature? No. Sankara says it is riddled with, it is full of diseases. Adi and Vyadi. We are just not talking about physical diseases. The mind, its limitations, its shortcomings, its defects. They are all diseases only. Means the mind is not healthy. That's what it means. Even our intellect, sometimes we say, it's very, very dull. I'm not able to understand whatever I'm supposed to be understanding. So there is a limitation for our intellect over there. Why it is, we do not know. Inertia. So whatever it is, body, mind, intellect, all of them go through one or the other disease. That word we can split it into two. Dis plus ease. Ease means to be comfortable, to be all right. Disease means not to be all right. They have their own way. Why? That's the nature of the realm of matter, gross or subtle. Our body is made up of gross matter, mind, intellect is made up of subtle matter. So Vyadhi, diseases, Abhimana, full of ego in us. None of us are away from ego at all. No, I am very humble, I have humility. If we go on saying that, that itself is ego. So when will the ego drop off in us? It will never drop off in us at all. It will take different forms. So therefore Shankara is saying over here, this Jiva, first of all it is uncertain, it is unstable. Next moment what will happen, we do not know. And after that also, even if it is there for a short interval of time, it is full of Vyadhi and Abhiman. It's full of ego. Where ego is, troubles will be there, difficulties will be there, grief will be there, pain will be there. So diseases and ego, it's full of that. Lokam shokahatam cha samastam. This world means we are a part of the world. Loka means a field of activity wherein we are engaged in doing whatever we are doing. We are performing, we are transacting. Things are there, beings are there. Nothing is there, we ourselves are there. So he says, it is full of shoka. Shokahatam cha samastam. Where is real happiness? Where is real peace? Even in the International Peace Conference, all of them are in pieces only. Because each one of them have got their own opinion of what peace is, how we should get peace, how we should maintain peace. They have their own interpretations. So where is real peace? Outside or inside? And where peace is not there, happiness surely will not be there. Tyagaraja Swami says in his Kirtan, Shantamu leka, Saukyamu ledu. It's a Telugu Kirtan. Where peace is not there, how can you hope for happiness? It's not there at all. Where peace is, there alone happiness can come in. So when we are moving from one Vyadhi to another Vyadhi, from one disease to another disease, at all levels of our equipment, and which is full of ego, where is peace, where is hope, where is happiness, is what Shankara is asking us over here. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna in the 8th chapter and in the 9th chapter talks about this loka in which we are all in. He says, in the 8th chapter, he says, Dukkha alayam ashashvatam. This world into which we have all come in, space-time world. Alaya means place. This place is full of dukkha. So we are moving from one dukkha to another dukkha. When we say today I am happy, it means less dukkha than yesterday. That's what it is. It's not that 100% dukkha has gone away from us. So when we say I am happy today or I am peaceful today, it means less sorrow, less pain. That's all it means. Not that the pain and the sorrow and the grief is not there. So he says, dukkha alaya, we have all entered into a loka or a place full of dukkha only. Dukkha is the main diet for all of us. And we are moving from one sorrow to another sorrow, gross or subtle. And also he says, ashashvata. Shashvata means permanent, eternal. Ashashvata means not eternal, temporary. So everything inside of us and outside of us, internal and external, everything is dukkhalayam ashashvata. Therefore the Lord says, turn towards me. Even in the 9th chapter he says, anityam asukam lokam. This loka into which we have all come in, he says is anitya. There the word used was ashashvata. Where is nityatva there? Every moment things are changing. Why every moment? 1/1,000,000th of a second, things are changing. Everything around us and about us is changing. So the world is full, it's completely anitya and asukha. Where is sukha is what Krishna says over. So when we say, I am happy, I am in sukha, it just means a little bit of the dukkha has come down, that's all. Next moment it will come back, or next day it will come back. So therefore this loka is dukkhalayam ashashvatam or anityam asukam lokam. This is. So when everything is so impermanent, everything is so temporary, and everything is so much riddled by shoka, grief, sorrow, pain, etc. Now and then in our lives, when we say I am happy, pleasure just comes and visits us for a fraction of a second or for a few minutes, maybe. It is not even happiness, it is pleasure. Because none of us really know what happiness is. Ananda is too far away. That pleasure itself which comes to us because we have been able to gain whatever we wanted to in our lives, that pleasure itself, we are considering it to be happiness. But it's really not happiness at all. The state of our inner personality. Next moment we do not know what will happen. Whatever is there in our hand or in our possession, it is like Nalini Dalagata Jalamati Taralam. It will just go away. Just like when the petal shakes in the breeze, the drop of water will immediately go up. So whatever we have in our life, it can be things, it can be beings, anything that has got added on to our lives, they're all highly uncertain, unstable, not permanent. When it has come now, when it is going to go away, we do not know. And we have hopes in those things and hopes in those beings, that when these things and beings are there with us, sure happiness will be there. Happiness will be ours. So therefore, they will keep change, because the world is nothing but a realm of change. So things will come and things will go. People will come and people will go. Situations, environment, they will also come and they will go. So therefore, our mind also will be tossed up and down, up and down, up and down. Sukha and dukkha will keep coming and going, coming and going. And what is sukha? It is just that a little bit of the dukkha is less, that's all. Not that 100% dukkha has gone away. Therefore, what should we do? Sankara says, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam, Bhajamodamate. Therefore, invoke the Lord. Let it not be too late in your life, is what he is saying. Why? It's only the Lord who can give to us whatever we want in our lives. Happiness, peace, everything who can give to us here and hereafter. So therefore he says, turn your attention towards the Lord. Don't keep it to the last moment. That last moment may never come. tomorrow, that tomorrow may never come. Therefore, right now, today means right now. There's a very nice Telugu song, Ipude Shri Hari Ani Chintinchu Manasa. Ipude means right now. Think of Shri Hari. Because at the end, you will not be able to take the name of Shri Hari. Even if we want to. Why? We have never programmed ourselves to chant the Lord's name. Hari Hari was never there in our lives. Again, Dasura says, Hari Hari enalu balu katina. It's become so difficult for us. Our mind is completely preoccupied with other things. So therefore only those things will come in our mind. Only those people, remembrance of only those people will come in our mind. Hari will never come in our mind at all because we never ever programmed our mind to think of Lord Hari. So how will it come? We always say in crisis time, it won't come. So therefore, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. But still, we always want to argue with the teacher. All of that, sir, is right what you have said. Life is very short. It is not permanent. It is not eternal. It's there now. It may not be there next moment or after a few days. Yes, it is riddled with all diseases. Ego is there, deceit is there, jealousy is there, all those things are there. But in my house I am comfortable. We feel like arguing with the teacher over there. But you do not know how it is in my house. It is completely different from anybody else's house. All houses are the same. How many of us say, why should I think of the Lord? I am now comfortable. Everything that I wanted, I have got in my life. Things are there, beings are there, education is there, a good job is there. A nice family is there, caring family is there, good children are there who listen to us. Wealth is there, more than sufficient. We have a roof on our head. Vehicle is there, everything is there. Why should I think of the Lord? After all, in my house, I am the boss. I am very comfortable over here. I am very happy, and I am very happy where? In my own house. So why should I think of a future time where life will not be there? Sankara comes to our own houses. What is really happening within our house? Inside our houses, he is telling us in the 5th shloka over here, 5th verse over here. He says, Yavad vittoparjana saktaha tavan nijaparivaro raktaha paschad jivati jajjara dehe Vartam kopina pruchati gehe Bhajagovindam Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Shankara is talking, he's talking about that reality that is there in each and every one of our lives. Maybe outside we don't show it off. Our friends may think she is very happy, she is very contented, no problem for her at all. How lucky she is, how fortunate she is. We are the ones who are suffering in our own houses. In every house, this is the reality, is what Shankara is saying over here. We just have to sit back and think. We will know how true all this is in all our lives. So in our houses, is everything fine? He says, no, nothing is fine. So therefore Shankara says over here, Yavat vitto parjana saktaha. As long as your vittam means wealth. Uparjana means to earn. Therefore he says, as long as you are capable of earning, bringing in revenue, bringing in money into the house, he says, Yavat tavat. As long as you are able to work and bring money in and look after everybody else's life, maintenance. As long as that is happening, tavan nijaparivaro raktaha. Till then, all our dependents, our relatives in our own houses, it starts from everybody. Wife, children, sisters, brothers, whatever is there. Earlier it was a joint family. So therefore he says, till then, your nijaparivaraha, all of them who we call as our relatives, dependents in our own houses. Not the relatives who come now and then to visit us, uncle, auntie, cousins and all. Those people who are there in our house, who are dependent on our income, on our earning, he says, Raktaha, means they'll be attached to us. Everybody will be very nice to us. Why? After all, we are earning the salary. They'll be waiting for the end of the month or the beginning of the month. Why? We are bringing in the salary, the money. Because it's only when money is there, everything else will fall into place. We are dependent on money, and that money is being earned by one person or two members of the family, which means we are dependent on those people, those two are earning. Therefore, we are extremely attached to them. We will be very, very nice to them. Even if there are two people who are earning, one is earning more, one is earning less, how will we treat? It happens. That is what is life. We may say, I look at everybody equally. It's not like that. We will always give more attention to the one who is bringing in more salary or who is in a higher position. Therefore, more revenue from that person. So first that person is taken care of. Everything we will try to do nicely for that person. Look after their comfort. Why? That person is bringing in a lot of money. What about the other person? Also we will take care of. But this person is in a very high position and bringing more. So accordingly, we will also relate to our own people in the house. If there is somebody, for whatever reason, has studied, qualification is there, but for some reason has not got a job, still searching for a job, every day go for an interview and come back, how will we treat that person? Least attention. Serve the breakfast for that person last. Why? Where are you in a hurry now today? Wait. So lot of discrimination is done. Why? That's the nature of human beings. So though we may go out and put a smile on our faces and say everything is fine, nothing is fine in the house. So that's what Sankara is telling us over here. These hard-hitting facts, they are all, which is happening in every house. No house, is an exception. So therefore he says, as long as we are able to earn money and bring in wealth, till then everybody is inquiring about us. Everybody will look after us. Everybody will in the house will see to our comforts. They will also be attached to us also. Paschat jivati jarjara dehe. Paschat, afterwards he says, later on, jivati jarjara dehe. When a situation comes, when jarjara deha means body, jarjara means weak body. After retirement, the body is growing old. Everybody's body is growing old. And as we grow old, we know diseases will visit more, decay will start in. We will not be able to work like how we were working earlier, and we know at some point of time we will retire from the job. It need not be going outside and working also. It can even be a homemaker. As long as she is able to go to the kitchen and cook everything nice, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Even today in some houses they order. 4 of them are there, 4 different types of breakfast should be there. I want this only, I want that only. It's not a hotel. Gurudev used to say, it's not a hotel. A house is a house. In a hotel, when we go, there will be choice. We can order for whatever we want. But even in houses, one will ask for one item, one will ask for another item, and even now there are houses wherein everybody is being taken care of. So breakfast 3 items, lunch 3 or 4 items, everyday sweet should be there. So the poor lady in the house is full time 24/7, 365 days in the kitchen, homemaker. She is doing it. She is healthy, she is young. Vittam doesn't only mean wealth. We have to look at it in its largest perspective. Whatever gives comfort to us. It can be money, it can be in some things which we need for our life. It can be food, it can be anything. So it only doesn't mean those who go out and work. Even food is wealth. Without the food, we can't survive. Who is cooking for us? The lady of the house is cooking for us. It can be mother, it can be the wife. She is hale and healthy, and therefore we are all everything is nice over there. Why? She is cooking food for me, and whatever I ask her, immediately I order, she is ready to do it for us. But after some time, even the homemaker is also growing old. So can she cook as she was cooking earlier? No. Can this person now work? No. Retired. He is on pension. At least the pension is coming. If there is no pension, we know how elders are treated in their own houses by their own children. It's not somebody else, cousins, brothers' children, sisters' children, or the neighbors. It's their own family members at home. And who is it? Children over there. It can be daughters, it can be sons, and their families. How a senior citizen is treated, how a person who is retired is treated, we all know it. Old age homes are becoming more and more and more. Some people feel better going and staying over there than staying at home. But when he was earning, everybody was around him and about him. He was the best in the family. And after he has retired, everybody is going to retire at one point of time or the other. So when retirement comes, how will that person be treated? Sankara says, Vartam kopina prichati gehe. Gehe means house. In the house, Vartam kopina prichati. Nobody will even ask him whether he is alive, whether he is surviving. Are you there in the house? No. It looks like the person is already dead in the house. Non-existent. Even if the person comes in front, we behave as though that person is not dead. We see through the person. If the person talks to us, we turn away our faces. We don't want to listen. What did you say? No, I said, what did you say? We pretend as though we have not heard. All this is harsh reality. So, Vartam kopina prichati gehe. Sankara says, once the body becomes weak and is not able to do whatever it was doing, whether it is going out and working or whether it is in the house also cooking, whatever it is, the daily activities which somebody was doing and now they are not able to do, immediately our attitude changes. We were attached to the person, now we are no more attached to the person. We used to at least talk to them, make them feel that yes, they are also a member of the family. Now we don't even want to talk to them. When they come into the hall, we move away from the hall. Earlier it was not like that. When they were talking, we'd listen to them. But now when they come in, we don't even want to sit next to them. We move away. Why? From that person now there is no more any utility value for us. It's a wrong concept and we have all gotten into it. Utility value. That thing, is it useful for me? Then I'll keep it. If it's not useful for me, then I'll throw it away. Similarly with beings also. Is that person useful to me in whatever way? Fine. We will look after the comfort. We will talk to them. We will make them feel special. We will make them feel nice. But the moment we cannot gain anything from them for whatever reason, we don't even want to talk to them. We just cut off. How many families are there where parents says, it's been 2 years since my son spoke to me or 2 years since my daughter spoke to me. Why? Are you staying separate? No, we are staying in the same house. But children have not spoken to us. They don't even inquire about us. If they are sick, we know all these things. Will you please get these medicines for me? The doctor has prescribed it. If the old person says, they won't even get it sometimes. I will get it tomorrow, I forgot. So therefore Shankara is saying over here, once a person becomes old and is not able to do whatever he was doing earlier, Vartam kopina prichati gehe. Nobody will even talk to that person. There are families where the person will be in the outhouse. Earlier days, the flat system was not there, independent house, there is an outhouse also. Shift them to the outhouse. Why over here my friends must come, parties must go on. Our age people, only they must come. We should have a nice time. We don't want these old people over here. So put them into the outhouse. And then don't inquire about them at all. When we remember some food going over there. How many cases have been there where it's so sad. Fresh food till they were able to cook for us. Let's say the lady of the house, fresh food used to come to our dining table 3 times a day. Now the mother for some reason cannot cook. She is in the outhouse. Stale food. How many people send to the old couple who have given away everything to their children? Stale food. Not yesterday's food, stale food which can't be eaten. Or yesterday's food. Worst case is stale food. It's not an exaggeration, it has happened. And then send them away to a old age home. Never go and inquire about them. Is there anything that they need? Nothing. Why? Utility value gone. Therefore Shankara is saying, all your life you spent trying to make people happy, looking after those who are depending on you. Not that Shankara is saying, don't work or don't look after your family. He is not telling us that at all. Whatever we are supposed to do, we should do. That's our duty and responsibility. But he says, somewhere in the corner of your mind, slowly learn to detach yourself from all the people in the house also, include the dependents. We may feel very attached to us, but still somewhere, he says, maintain a distance over there. So that before they can even drop us, inside of us, we have dropped them. Before they can drop us physically and mentally from their lives, we have dropped them mentally in our life. At that point of time, the pain and the grief will not be so much. How to do that? Think of the Lord. He is the only one who will stand by us at all times, whether we are healthy or whether we are not healthy, whether we are young or whether we are old, whether we can do things or whether we can't do anything. Who is the one who will eternally be there with us? Only Bhagavan will be there through and through with us. Nobody else can be with us. So therefore, when Shankara is saying all this, he is not telling us, like I already said, to run away from our houses, give up everything, go away to the Himalayas or to an ashram. He is not telling us all those things at all. He is saying, have a healthy relationship with things, healthy relationship with beings, the dependents in our houses, the so-called relatives. Even wife, children or husband or a brother, sister, all are relatives only. They are related to me. The very word relative in English means that which is not permanent. It is not absolute. The opposite of relative is absolute. Einstein called this entire space-time world as relative. Means nothing is permanent. Nothing is changeless. Everything keeps on changing. Therefore, he called the space-time, our world, as relative. What is absolute? That which is changeless. So in physics, they tried to find out if the entire world is relative, then there must be something absolute also in this world. So they did experiments in physics. They did experiments to find out or to investigate into or try to discover something which is absolute. If relative is there, absolute also should be there. Experiments were done searching for an absolute in the outer world. They got negative results. Why? In the outer world, in the space-time world, which is a realm of change, we can't hope to discover something which is changeless. In the realm of change, it's not possible. That's what the scientists arrived at those conclusions. In this realm of change, there is no hope for us, or in this relativistic plane of existence, we can't discover in the outer world something which is absolute. Not possible. Where is it then? Does it mean that it doesn't exist because they got negative results? Does it mean it is not there? It is there. The very realm of change, the very relativistic world is supported by the absolute, or it is supported by the changeless. Without the changeless, change has got no meaning. What is the changeless? That is what is being addressed over here as Govinda. So in this relativistic world, outside also everything is changing, inside also everything is changing. That's what Shankara is bringing it into our attention, into our focus. He says, search for the permanent, search for the eternal, search for the changeless, in and through the change. Now, outside we can't get it because Bhagavan is not an object for us outside. It is subjective. In physics they were searching for it outside. Not possible. So what should they do? They should turn inward. Bhagavan cannot be obtained or shown in a laboratory, in the science laboratory. He can be comprehended and apprehended and experienced within ourselves. And for that we have to work on ourselves, where in our own inner laboratory. So therefore he says, seek Govinda, seek Govinda. So all these things earlier itself Shankara has told us, varam. So it's not just Bhajagovindam, we go through the 31 verses, we go through the meaning of it, we go through a detailed explanation of it, and then we close the book and say, finished. Bhajagovindam, we have understood. Varam, Shankara is saying over here. Again and again, we should keep on thinking about all these things. Only then we will be able to realize, yes, these are all subject to change. These are all not permanent, they are temporary. These are all limited. They have their own limitation. They are all conditioned. They are all finite. So in space and time, today they are there, tomorrow it will not be there. Only then we will be slowly able to turn away our mind from all that which is change, in the realm of change, to that which is changeless. So Shankara is giving us all these illustrations, so that we keep on reflecting on it again and again. And then slowly Vairagya will come to us, inner renunciation should come to us. And when that happens to us, our seeking Govinda or our invoking the Lord will become easier for us. It will become more fulfilling for us. So therefore, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhajamodamat. In the 6th verse, again he is talking about what exactly happens in our own houses. So here he talked about a person capable of looking after his or her dependents. And once the person has become old and cannot look after the needs and the wants, leave alone the wants, the needs of a person, grown old, cannot work anymore, we know how that person is treated at home. Then he goes to one level higher over there. In the 6th verse, Shankara says, Yavat pavano nivasati dehe, tavat pruchhati kushalam gehe, gatavati vayo deha paye, bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhajamodamate. So here in the last verse he talked about a person growing old. Growing old, really a person who is not capable of bringing in income, revenue into the house, and making sure that everybody who is depending on him is happy. Now here he is talking about the end. So he says, Yavat pavano nivasati dehe, in the body. Nivasati means to stay. Pavana means air. So as long as air is there in our body, which means as long as we are breathing in and breathing out. We breathe in air and breathe out air. What is it that makes, what is the difference between a person who is dead and a person who is alive, breathing in and breathing out? First thing that they check is the air going in? And the air that is gone in, is it coming out? Once that doesn't happen, it ceases, it stops, a person is dead. So therefore Shankara says, as long as this breathing in and breathing out is going on 24/7, 365 days, we are not even conscious of it. Air is going in and air is coming out. Vayu Bhagavan is doing seva. Whose seva? Our seva. He is serving the Lord who is there in each one of us. Is he doing it for some favor or something that he is going to get afterwards because of the seva that he is doing? No, he is just doing it. The Lord has, each one of the cosmic phenomenal forces have their own positions and job that they have to do, their dharma. Whatever is their dharma that the Lord has given to them, they are just doing it. Whether we recognize it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, whether we express our gratitude or not, they are just doing it. So the moment we were born, even inside the mother's womb we were breathing, but it is a different situation. The moment we come out, we start breathing in independently. It's going on and on and on and on. We may go to the office today or not, we may eat today or not, whatever we may do or we may not do, it's all right. But breathing in and breathing out is going on. Even in our sleep we know it's going on. So therefore Shankara says, as long as this breathing in and breathing out is going on in every body, in every physical body, tavat pritchati kushalam gehe. In the house, gehe means house, in the house, everybody is inquiring. Why we are alive? So they will talk to us, they will inquire of us, whatever it is. Transactions going on between family members in a house. Why? We are alive. And therefore everybody is talking to us. They feel comfortable coming and sitting next to us, discussing things, talking with us. It can be anything. But Shankara says, Gatavati Vayau Deha Paye. The moment Vayu makes his exit, means breathing in stopped. Breathing in stopped means breathing out also has stopped. So the moment Vayu Bhagavan stops entering our nostril, that very moment the body starts to decay. That very moment. Is it a reversible change? No. It's irreversible. So the moment Vayu Bhagavan makes his exit or breathing stops in a person, in a physical body, that very moment the body starts to decay. We may not know. After some time we will be able to realize it and register it. But that very moment the body starts to decay. It's an irreversible change that happens. The moment that happens, Shankara is saying over here, where are your people around you who are also nicely inquiring about you? Bharya bhibyati tasmin kaye, he says. Kaya means body. Bhibyati means to fear. Who? Bharya means wife. Bharya bhibyati tasmin kaye. The husband for the wife and the wife for the husband. It's the most intense or intimate relationships that we know of. Next come the children, parents, children, etc. But this husband and wife relationship is a very, very intimate relationship. The man for the woman and the woman for the man. Shankara says over here, when he dies, suppose the husband dies, even the wife fears that very body to which she was so much attached to. She was adoring, revering, respecting, looking up to. She never wanted him to give up his body. But the moment he dies, when breathing stops and the body starts to decay, Shankara says over here, even the wife, which is the most intimate of relationships, even she fears to come near the dead body. They say the wife comes up to the gate with the dead body. And when they are taking out the dead body to the graveyard, the wife comes up to the gate. The son can come only up to the graveyard. After that, nobody can come with her. We are all alone over there. So he says, so when he was alive, he was so attached to he or she, each one for the other. We are so attached to to our life companion. We were like let's say two bodies but one soul. That was how it was. So intimate, so nice, very, very happy, going along together, couple, each one loving and respecting the other. And it was like, if the other one is not there, how will I even survive? That was how it was. But the moment one of the life partners quits the physical body, the other one even shrinks and is fears to go near the person. It's psychological. We've seen all this happening. It's just psychological. Why? That fear of death. That person is dead. Therefore, something prevents us from going very near. So he says it is an extreme case. Sankara is painting it over there on our mind's canvas. Mind is like a canvas screen over there. He is very beautifully painting each one of these verses is like a painting, word painting, so that it won't go away from our mind. So it should stick to our mind, so that now and then we think about it, and we will know how to keep the right relationship with things and beings. So even your own dearest, nearest wife, even she will shrink from coming near you. What to talk about the others? They call it a smashana vairagya. 1 day, 2 days. After that, everybody is back to square one. That's how it is in every house. A few days, yes, morning will be there. Not that it's not there. But afterwards, yes, everybody has to get back to life. So how long? So even your dearest and nearest wife, whom we said inseparable, so-called inseparable, even she will fear to come near your body. So it doesn't mean then that the person should cut off from the life partner. It means to keep the right relationship with the life partner and with again all the dependents in the house, the people, and again with all the things that are there in our house, the wealth that we have in our house. Therefore, it's very striking, this particular verse over here, wherein he is painting over there that even a wife who used to come and serve him so lovingly, so faithfully, so sincerely, even she starts fearing that very same body of her husband, or the other way around also. Therefore, what should we do when everything is all right for us? We are hale and healthy, we are in a good frame of mind, everything is fine for us. Sankara says, right now, why don't you start invoking the Lord? Start praying to the Lord, invoke the Lord, because ultimately He is the only one who can stand by us. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, when we are quitting our physical body, the last thought will determine what will be our future. Now we can't keep that for the end. At the end, I will think of Bhagavan. And then therefore everything nice will happen to me, good will happen to me. Why? At the end, I did think of the Lord. But at the end, when we are making our exit from the physical body, thoughts of Bhagavan should come. All other thoughts will come to us. Our bank accounts, numbers which we have not shared with our children maybe, the locker number which we may not have shared, the property papers, where it is, 101 things like that. All of them will come into our mind at that time, and our near and dear ones who are all depending on us, how to go away, leave them and go away. It's all so painful, full of grief, and quitting the body is sure painful. So at that point of time, will we be able to think of the Lord? Not possible for us, because we never ever did think of Him all these years. So therefore we have to program ourselves so much so that even at that point of time, by default, Lord's name should come to our mind. Even if we don't want to, Because constantly we have been saying Krishna, Krishna, or Shiva, Shiva, or Govinda, Govinda, ityadi. Therefore, at that point of time, by sheer habit at least, Govinda or Shiva or Rama or Krishna should come in our mind. But that will not come if we have not programmed our lives properly. If we have not trained our mind to think of the Lord, at the last moment, it will not come. Therefore, a master say, Ipude Shri Hariyani Chintinchu Manasa Avasana Kalamuna Hariyana Levu. It's a Telugu song. At the end, when you are quitting your physical body, you will not be able to think of the Lord or utter His name. Therefore, right now, Ipude means right now, which is the most auspicious time, right now, here and now it is. We don't have to see a muhurtam to start thinking of the Lord. So therefore, right now, the teacher says, start thinking of Sri Hari. So that at the end, because we have been constantly calling out to the Lord, thinking of Him, uttering His name. Again, Dasuru says, Narajanma bandaga nalige iruvaga Krishna yanabarade. Having been born as a human being, why don't you utter the name of Krishna? It's so easy. Is it difficult? When should I utter His name? Only when I'm in the puja room, saying my prayers, or when I go to the temple? He says, no. Every moment keep on saying Krishna, 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 Krishna. When you are yawning, say Krishna. When you are eating, say Krishna. When you have eaten too much and when you are belching, say Krishna. When you are going out of the house, say Krishna. When you are entering the house, say Krishna. When you are giving something to somebody, say Krishna and give. When you receive something from somebody, say Krishna and take. And that's called programming over there. Instead of saying something else, that is why the tradition in our culture, when we greet each other, we say Jai Shri Krishna or Ram Ram, Jai Shri Ram, or Govinda Govinda, Shiva Shiva. This hi, bye was not there in our culture. Because hi and bye don't mean anything. What is the meaning of hi? What is the meaning of bye? Nothing. But when we say Krishna Krishna and meet a person, Krishna's name we have taken. And maybe when we are parting also, we have gone, we met somebody, we greeted in the beginning Krishna. When we are coming back also, instead of saying bye, we say Krishna Krishna or Hari Om or Om. Good for us. Even if we do not know, the sheer vibration that are associated with the Lord's name will do so much good to us. All the names of the Lord are very powerful. It's a sound. Sound means sound is nothing but energy. So therefore, when we utter the Lord's name, the energy associated with it, the vibrations associated with it, first reach us because we have uttered it. Good for us. And in the long run, we have got accustomed to, we have got habituated to taking the Lord's name through and through and through and through. Therefore, chances are at the last moment, when we are giving up our physical body, Bhagavan's name also will come to us. So our here also will get taken care of, our hereafter also will get taken care of. So in these few shlokas that we went through today, the verses which we went through today, Sankara talked about the reality that is happening or that exists in each and every home. In the 7th shloka, the line of thought changes, and which we will take up in the next class.